Today's news. Today's news.
For Pentagon Chief Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Supreme Court tackles transgender rights.
At issue are laws in 26 states.
Pressure to dump junk fees.
More to change tickets than the original price of the flight.
Good morning. I'm Steve Kathan with the CBS World News Roundup. Multiple sources tell CBS News Pete Hegseth may soon be out as President-elect Trump picks to be Secretary of Defense. CBS's Nicole Killian reports Florida Governor Ron DeSantis could be in line to replace him.
DeSantis has hinted at what a U.S. military would look like under his command.
I'm taking out all the social experimentation, all the woke, all the political.
From current Pentagon pick, Pete Hegseth made the rounds on Capitol Hill. What is your message to senators? I welcome your advice. The former Fox News host has come under increasing scrutiny for accusations of financial mismanagement, sexual misconduct, and repeated intoxication. Hegseth declined to elaborate on a 2018 email from his mother published by the New York Times, calling him an abuser of women. I have no respect for any man that belittles, lies, cheats, sleeps around, and uses women for his own power and ego, she wrote. At least 4 GOP senators would withhold their support if a confirmation vote were held today. Louisiana's John Kennedy says Hegseth needs to address the allegations.
I want to know if they're true. Florida Sheriff Chad Chronister says he's withdrawing his name from consideration as head of the Drug Enforcement Administration just days after President-elect Trump selected him. Conservative critics attacked Chronister on immigration and his handling of the pandemic. The last House race has been settled. Democrat Adam Gray wins California's 13th district by fewer than 200 votes. Republicans now have a 220 to 215 edge in the House. The U.S. Supreme Court is hearing arguments this morning in a landmark case over what's known as gender-affirming care for minors. Here's CBS's Jan Crawford.
She was 12. I don't feel like a die. I feel more like a girl.
Samantha Williams' daughter, LW, came out as transgender 4 years ago.
I had a cousin who came out as transgender. As soon as she came out, I realized that's something that I can do.
LW started medication to stop male puberty 9 months later, and female hormones assisting.
It's made me a lot more confident. People act like it's a slip. It's not. It's a long process.
The family is at the center of the case on whether states like Tennessee can ban puberty blockers and hormone treatments for children under 18. Families on both sides can agree on this one point.
So gender dysphoria is real.
Where these families deeply disagree is over the question of medical intervention for children. San Francisco area mom Erin Friday heads Our Duty, a group of parents raising former and current trans-identifying children.
No child should be subjected to any gender intervention.
Friday's daughter was 13 when she said she was a trans boy. School teacher Ariane Adam Chikova said her son was 16 when he came out as a trans girl.
If he went to the doctor, they were going to prescribe him hormones.
Their kids went through intensive psychotherapy. Both children detransitioned.
Here's where the CEO of United Healthcare was shot and killed this morning at a New York City hotel. Reports say police believe it was a targeted attack on CEO Brian Thompson. Now overseas, correspondent Ramy Inocencio has the latest on the political crisis in South Korea, unleashed when the president declared martial law, then called it off.
President Yoon is now facing fierce calls for his resignation. If that does not happen, there is a movement winding its way through the National Assembly, the legislature, to impeach him.
In Washington, CBS's Chris Van Cleve reports senators are due to question top airline executives today about the extra fees they charge for things like seats and bags.
$12.4 billion. That's how much 5 U.S. airlines made from seat fees between 2018 and 2023, according to this Senate report. That's in addition to the billions in baggage and other fees.
They're regarding consumers as piggy banks.
Connecticut Senator Richard Blumenthal chairs the permanent subcommittee on investigation.
The airlines are exploiting new tactics to expand and increase these fees.
Spirit and Frontier paid employees $26 million in incentives to strictly enforce airline bag policies in 2022 and 23.
I call it a bounty bag program.
Frontier argues its incentive program aims to ensure that all customers are treated equally and fairly. Spirit says we respectfully disagree with numerous statements and conclusions contained in the report.
5 minutes after the hour.
Well, that's today's news today.